What if everything we thought we knew about ancient civilizations was wrong? For centuries, we've viewed our ancestors through the lens of modern arrogance, as primitive people using crude tools, basic shelters, and living short, hard lives with little scientific understanding. But as more and more discoveries come to light, it becomes clear that this image is not only outdated, it's deeply flawed. Across the globe, ancient people developed technologies, tools, and architectural feats that continue to mystify researchers and engineers today. These weren't merely clever workarounds or isolated strokes of genius. Many of these innovations suggest a profound understanding of science, mathematics, and even astronomy, an understanding we've only recently begun to appreciate. This is the story of ancient technology that shouldn't exist, a journey through forgotten brilliance that could very well rewrite human history. Let's begin with one of the most confounding ancient inventions ever discovered, the Antikythera Mechanism. Found in 1901 in the wreckage of a Greek cargo ship off the coast of the island Antikythera, this intricate device dates back to around 100 BCE. For decades, it sat in museums, misunderstood and unexamined, but once researchers began analyzing it in depth using advanced X-ray imaging and 3D modeling, they realized this wasn't some simple navigational tool. It was a sophisticated analog computer, capable of predicting astronomical positions, eclipses, lunar phases, and even the exact dates of the Olympic Games. It had over 30 interlocking bronze gears, all handcrafted with extraordinary precision. The level of mechanical engineering required to build such a device would not reappear in human history until over 1,000 years later. The Antikythera mechanism is physical proof that the ancient Greeks possessed not only mathematical brilliance but also practical mechanical skill that we had long denied them. And it wasn't just the Greeks. Turn west to ancient Rome and you'll find another marvel of engineering, Roman concrete. While modern concrete tends to deteriorate within decades, especially when exposed to seawater, many Roman structures, including aqueducts, harbors, and the iconic Pantheon, remain standing and structurally sound more than 2,000 years after they were built. The secret lay in their recipe. Roman engineers combined lime and volcanic ash, which, when mixed with seawater, created a chemical reaction that formed rare crystals such as aluminum tobermorite. This actually strengthened the concrete over time, an innovation modern scientists are still trying to replicate. It's a form of self-healing, environmentally resistant construction that today's builders can only dream of achieving. The implications are staggering. At a time when we face a crisis of sustainable materials and aging infrastructure, it turns out the answers might lie not in the future, but in the past. Travel to South America, and you'll discover another ancient mystery, the Nazca Lines of Peru. Etched into the arid desert plain over 2,000 years ago, these massive geoglyphs depict animals, plants, human figures, and geometric shapes, some stretching hundreds of meters in length. But the most perplexing aspect? These figures can only be fully appreciated from high above. From the ground, they look like random trenches, but from the air, they transform into stunning works of mathematical and artistic precision. How did ancient people, without flight, create these perfectly proportioned images on such a massive scale? Some suggest they used rudimentary surveying tools and grids. Others theorize about kites, hot air balloons, or even astronomical alignments. And yes, fringe theorists even suggest extraterrestrial help. While mainstream scholars dismiss such claims, the truth is the full purpose and construction method of the Nazca Lines remain elusive. Were they messages to the gods, astronomical calendars, sacred pathways? We may never fully understand them, but their construction alone hints at a cultural sophistication far beyond what we previously believed. Now let's turn to the Middle East, where an artifact known as the Baghdad Battery has puzzled scientists since its discovery in the 1930s. Found in Iraq and dating back to the Parthian period, roughly 250 BCE, the artifact consists of a clay jar, inside which rests a copper cylinder surrounding an iron rod. When filled with an acidic liquid such as vinegar or lemon juice, the device can generate a small electrical current. While we can't know for certain whether this was intentional, the chemical components suggest it may have functioned as an early battery. Theories about its use range from electroplating metals to medical therapy, or even religious rituals involving static electricity. Although there is still debate about its exact purpose, the Baghdad Battery raises a fascinating possibility, that ancient cultures may have stumbled upon electricity long before the modern era. Whether by accident or design, they harnessed a power we assumed was only discovered in the 18th century. If this is true, it means that humanity's understanding of energy is far older than we once believed. Perhaps no ancient structure exemplifies technological mystery more than the Great Pyramid of Giza. Built over 4,500 years ago, it is the only surviving wonder of the ancient world and still defies complete explanation. The sheer scale and precision of its construction continue to astonish modern engineers. Over 2 million limestone blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons, were arranged with such accuracy that the pyramid's base is nearly a perfect square, and its alignment with true north is less than 0.05 degrees off. Its internal chambers are aligned with the stars, and its design encodes mathematical constants like pi and the golden ratio. All this without iron tools, wheels, or modern surveying instruments. How did the Egyptians achieve this? Traditional theories suggest ramps, levers, and massive labor forces, but none adequately explain the logistical perfection or the tight tolerances in the internal passages. Some fringe theorists suggest the pyramid was more than a tomb, that it may have served as a power plant, a cosmic observatory, or even an energy-harnessing monument. Whatever its purpose, the pyramid stands as a silent testament to the lost knowledge of a civilization far ahead of its time. Ancient India, too, has its share of high-tech mysteries. In the Sanskrit epics such as the Mahabharata and Ramayana, we find descriptions of flying machines called vimanas. These aerial vehicles were said to be powered by mercury and fire, capable of vertical takeoff, and used in battles across the skies. The ancient text known as the Vaimanika Shastra even provides detailed schematics, propulsion systems, and materials used in their construction. While many scholars regard these accounts as metaphorical or mythical, others point to the highly technical language used in these texts as evidence that they may have been describing real devices, whether physically built or conceptualized in advanced thought. Skeptics argue there's no physical evidence of vimanas, but believers suggest the knowledge could have been lost in ancient catastrophes or stored in secret archives. Whether allegory or truth, the idea that ancient thinkers could even conceptualize flight long before the Wright brothers suggests an imagination, and perhaps a knowledge base, that far exceeds what we credit them for. Around the world, more examples emerge. The Chinese polymath Zheng Heng invented a seismograph in 132 CE capable of detecting earthquakes hundreds of miles away. The device used a system of pendulums and levers to detect seismic activity and drop a ball from the mouth of a dragon into the mouth of a frog in the direction of the quake. It may sound mythical, but replicas have proven the machine's effectiveness. In Mesoamerica, the Mayans built observatories and temples aligned with the movements of Venus and other celestial bodies, enabling them to develop calendars more accurate than those used in Europe for centuries. They understood the concept of zero independently, and their mathematical system allowed them to predict solar eclipses with pinpoint precision. Meanwhile, the Incas, despite lacking a written language, developed the quipu, an intricate system of knotted cords used to record census data, taxes, and possibly even narratives. These may represent a form of binary data storage centuries before computers. One of the most compelling questions is this: if ancient civilizations were so advanced, why did their knowledge disappear? The answer is complex and tragic. Much of what we might have learned was lost in the sands of time due to natural disasters, colonization, war, and deliberate destruction. The burning of the Library of Alexandria alone may have erased hundreds of years of knowledge, texts on medicine, astronomy, engineering, and philosophy, never to be recovered. Conquest destroyed temples, sacred sites, and oral traditions. The fall of empires meant the loss of institutional memory. In some cases, colonizers dismissed indigenous knowledge systems as primitive, replacing them with their own and further deepening the historical amnesia. We often think of history as a straight line of progress, but it's more like a cycle of rise, fall, and rediscovery. So where does this leave us? These ancient technologies are not just interesting curiosities, they challenge our entire understanding of human history. They show us that our ancestors were not ignorant savages, but brilliant minds who, with limited resources, reached astonishing heights of innovation. Their work inspires humility. It reminds us that progress is not inevitable, that knowledge can be lost as easily as it is gained. Perhaps the greatest lesson is this: we should never underestimate the human capacity for discovery, no matter the era. And as we unearth more from the ruins of the past, we may find that the greatest inventions of the future were, in fact, already known. Which of these ancient discoveries do you find the most mind-blowing? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you're hungry for more hidden histories and unsolved mysteries, be sure to explore my other videos. Because when it comes to the past, sometimes the truth is stranger and smarter than fiction.